Maybe this will help. Maybe this is going to help. One moment, I need to get the chat back up. Because I lost that too. Oh, goodness. I am so sorry that we're having these issues again. We also had them earlier this week, too. I'm gonna need to call the provider and see what the hell's going on. Alright. Chat's back up. Hello, hello. Oh no. Let's just hope this tries to remain stable. Seems like we're good. I hope so. If it keeps being problematic, I mean, I guess I've got the weekend to get a hold of my, of Xfinity and see what the hell's going on. It did this last night. Not even with the computer either, just with the whole house's internet. So, our local infrastructure is falling apart, it would seem. Would be my guess. Oh no. I'm terribly sorry. I know that can't be good viewing material when it starts buffering and dying horribly. So... my bad. My bad. I'll do what I can to get a handle on it in the future. But yeah. Oh, jeez. You can retell your story now, though? That's true, we can. So, essentially, location, new shit, I start my training. I've already met the director of operations for the city, also. He was just there checking in on the location, and so I shook his hand and all that. And that's gonna be important also, like, details, tell the story in order, Scarlet, jeez. So, I get there, it was raining horribly. I mentioned, when, stream was buffering, we had a bit of a storm roll through last night, which might still be screwing with things. It looks mostly calmed down, but the wind is still going. I have no idea why that would be messing with the internet, but it seems to just be the case, right? I guess. I guess that's just how this works now. So... come on, Brian. Anyhow, I walk in and I'm like drenched. Because it started raining on me after I left the house, so I didn't bring an umbrella. Thankfully, to me, the rain is refreshing, but I was also covered in water. So I get there, and I'm told to, go sit down and wait. And I wait for a long time. I wasn't really looking at my phone then, but I was supposed to be starting at 6. And I'd say that maybe at the earliest I actually started at 6:30 because they simply did not have the time to come get me and start my training. Right? That's how overwhelmed they were. When they finally caught up enough to get me back there, it went relatively smoothly. The three of us, me included, there were only 3 people working a Thursday night in a college town at a pizza place. God, can you believe it? And we caught up. Mostly. Kind of. Did we finish everything that we needed to before we closed? We finished enough. We did enough, So... But during the training, I had been shown, oh, this is how you make up a pizza. Nobody said that. That's something that's completely in my own head. And then, we did a bit of that, and then we walked back, and my manager was going to show me the dishwashing setup. And he looks at me. He turns and he looks at me, and he asks me, and he prefaces it with, like, this is gonna sound like a dumb question. Um, I don't mean anything bad by it, but do you know how to wash the dishes? Because I don't. And he goes on to tell me that nobody actually ever trained him on it. And whenever, and we've got this thing for restaurants, uh, Santec, what do you call them? Basically, the sanitary inspectors, right? The health inspectors. No one knows how to use this mysterious device. Yeah, I mean, it's real simple, but I guess a lot of people struggle with it. I saw that a lot when I worked at my last food service job. I used to work at a Bob Evans, like, years ago. In the period one day, many generations ago. An ancient artifact. The dishwasher. It's not like your home dishwasher, right? This is an industrial one, built for restaurant service. Yeah, my man gave me a D&D quest. Yeah, he turned to me and was like, do you know how to do this? And I explained, yeah, this was my primary job at Bob Evans. I was the chosen one. It felt like it. Oh my gosh, it felt like it. Because we have this thing in restaurants. I'm going to call them Santec. There's an extra vowel in there that I'm missing. But they come through, they're basically the health inspectors, and they make sure that, a restaurant is sanitary. Or else. Right? And he just flat out told me, yeah, whenever they come through, I have to stop doing dishes. Because I don't know how to do it to code. I mean, he was honest. He was being honest. It's not his fault. Nobody ever trained him on it. It's not a super hard job, but it does take an attention to detail. I just so happen to be... No, I don't mean to inflate my own ego. But, I just so happen to be the favorite dishwasher on the Bob Evans crew, at the location I worked at. To the point where, my managers, when our location got torn down and they scattered to the winds, they were all trying to tempt me to come to their locations. They really liked me there. I managed to beat a Santec inspection once or twice, if memory serves. So, I mean, the main thing is it's just a step-by-step process, and it takes an attention to detail, right? The mistake that people make is they believe too hard in the power of the automatic part of the industrial dishwasher. And don't get me wrong, it's powerful, right? Like, it's very strong. But the main part of the automatic, like, dishwasher part that's, like, automatic, it's more similar to what you would have in your home, right? Is mostly to sanitize, I guess would be the word, the dishes. Yeah, I was the thingamajig supervisor. I really was. I mean, they really liked me. They made sure to call me in for their morning rushes. They said to my face many times that I was their favorite. Sometimes in front of the other workers, and nobody disagreed. I think it's just it might just be the tism helping me out there a little bit. Because you just gotta pay attention to it, right? It's a very particular process, because if you... And you can experience this with your home dishwasher. Yes, you, viewer, can experience this with your at-home dishwasher. If you throw something in to your dishwasher that still has debris stuck to it, even if that debris would come off pretty easily if you ran some water over it, it's probably not going to come off in the dishwasher. You can't rely on it, right? A dishwasher doesn't generate a whole lot of pressure, right? It just gets soapy, usually hot water, all over the plates, right? It'll make it clean germ-wise, but it won't remove debris very easily. So, for, a restaurant industrial dishwasher, you've got a stage before it where you've got this thing that you can pull down. It's basically a pressure hose. It's like a little pressure hose. And if you want to keep Santec happy, and also keep everybody happy, because nobody likes to pick up a plate and find out, oh no, it's got gross stuff still on it, even though it went through the dishwasher, and the dishwasher, put it back on the rack, is you just gotta spray that stuff off. And most of it'll come off after a second or two of it being sprayed down with this hose. Anything more persistent, you've got a scraper, right? You can take to the to-it. And you just kind of learn time management. Your main limiter on how fast you can get dishes clean on one of these dishwashers is just just how often you can keep the machine running. So you just shove things in, you slam it down, you start the cycle, you clear your clean plates and inspect them before you put them away. Then you load up the next one and you spray it down. It's not very complicated, but nobody ever trained my man on it. Nobody told him. So now I'm the only one in that store that knows how to clean the dishes properly. I'm the only one. And so, not long after that, they were getting ready to teach me some more stuff. I think on prep it was. My order of events here may be a little jumbled, but I think that's roughly what happened next. The chosen one. Yeah. I mean, it definitely... I went into this, pretty nervous. As you are when you start a new job, right? It's like, oh, I don't know anything that's going on, and I've got so much to learn. And then the first pizza that I made was apparently really well done, and I'm the only one that knows how to run the dishwasher, so I'm now indispensable. So that boosted my confidence. And they were going to train me on food prep next, which is simply stock the freezer. Alright, it is very, very easy. But while we were washing our hands to do that, my manager looks at me and asks me, oh yeah, my boss wanted to know if you were interested in management. I'm literally not done with my first shift at this location. And I'm already being considered for a management position. It's so bad. This isn't even it's not even an ego thing. It's how would you fuck up your staff so badly? They lost their full management team besides this one lone AGM. Already got a promotion, let's go. Yeah, I don't know what the timeline is on it, but before long, I would not be surprised if I was probably whenever they get around to promoting the AGM to GM proper, I wouldn't be surprised if I was brought up to shift manager as an in-between position just to make the franchise paper pushers happy, and then went up to AGM. There's just a vacuum above me in terms of rank. You're moving up in the world so quickly. Ah, yes. The vaunted heights of Pizza Assistant General Manager are almost within my grasp. Scarlet CEO. Am I gonna have to replace... I'm bringing up the video. Never mind. We're bringing up the video. Where is it? Where are you? We do know about Pizza Hut's founder going off the rails, right? Founder... let's see, Papa John, Day of Reckoning, there it is. We do know about this, right? Here. Here, I'm loading this up. Once the ad plays, we'll get this on desktop. This is now a Pizza Hut brand stream, by the way. We're gonna have so much content from this job, I am telling you. The workplace drama is insane. Here we go. This is like our old CEO. It's muted. One moment. There we go. Unmute that.
I've had over 40 pizzas in the last 30 days. Livy currently and Mark Shapiro should be in jail. He has no pizza experience. He's never been in the pizza category. I would just say, stay tuned. The day of reckoning will come.
Like, of course, this is slightly edited.
Why not set the record straight now? I mean, what is it about the record that's not straight?
Stay tuned.
What a guy. I like the version where he has Joker makeup, yeah. But you know, that interview's real. Like, yeah, like, this video, like, they put some music over it and did some, like, some cuts. But, you know, every word he said there was real. Every word he said was real. That was a real interview. It cost him his job. So that's those, you know, that's the company I work for now. Yay. Oh boy. So I go back there later tonight. Yeah. That's how I pay rent now. Oh boy. At least Dr. Coldstream's maybe crazy, but also not real. You know, he's like supervillain crazy, but he may be more sane than our upper management, frankly. So, yeah, that's my story. Maybe let's play some Red Strings Club about more evil corporations. Ooh. So, Coldstream, this will end human evolution, I guess? That's where you're wrong the most. The M&A is specifically designed to boost human progress. Shortening the joy-depression cycles will make you not only more productive, but more creative. Being consumed by hate or envy won't get your life or society moving. Have you ever found yourself wishing you could rid yourself of whatever nasty business is ruining your peace of mind? I mean, Coldstream, it just sounds like you're running away from your problems. You know? Like, yeah, not all thoughts are pleasant, but they're part of you and you kinda gotta work through them, buddy. Like, I wouldn't want to get rid of them. Oh my gosh, Coldstream's about to start a rant, isn't he? Just this line alone. Forgive me for sounding like a TV salesman, but those days are over. I hate you. Character development? Yeah. I mean, if you're just eternally, like, happy through artificial means, right? I mean, that's not... I mean, that can't be good for, like, you as a person, you know? I don't know. It's like, brief rant. I was thinking about this last night on my walk. On my walk home, I think, I was thinking about it. And Coldstream's bringing it out. This is Ranting Simulator. So I hope we're ready for me to make a Red Strings Club take, like, years to complete because I can't stop talking. What is it about this game that does this to me? Probably the fact that it's well written. Might be that, Scarlet. Well written, social critique, yeah. You know, that could do it. But I was thinking last night, you know, And you kind of saw this drama, what was it, a week or two ago on the Twitter? Um, and there's always, there's always the question. Would I want to be cis? I'm a trans woman. I'm very happy as a trans woman. Very much so. I'm a big fan. But there is an association, right? Like, and it's not true for all trans people. It was very true for me. You have the gender dysphoria issue, right? There are definitely hard parts to like the journey of me being trans. Sorry, we're opening up kind of heavy here. we're opening up a little heavy. But it's like the question often comes up, like, if you could be cis, like if I could just have been born into the body I wanted, would I take that choice? And for a long time, I really struggled with coming up with a satisfying answer to that question. But I think the conclusion that I've come to is, yeah, there were low notes. And yeah, I would have preferred if my journey had not been quite so needlessly difficult. There were definitely barriers in the way to me figuring out that I was trans and getting the help that I needed. And those barriers shouldn't have been there. We can make things better for people. I don't think I would have wanted to be born cis. I think you would have gotten a different person out of it at the end of the day, because I wouldn't have gone through that journey. Nothing close to it. Right? Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. That's kind of the short Cliff Notes version, right? But so, when Coldstream is sitting here talking about, like, yeah, we'll just make it so you can't be depressed. It's like, I don't know. I don't really want you to take that away. Like, from everybody forever with no opt-in. Just permanently. Alternative timeline where I'm not a streamer? Yeah, or I'd be boring. God. I don't know, because that's the thing. To step away from the Cliff Notes version, it's not just like, oh, my suffering made me who I am today. No, it's not that at all. I don't think that trauma was necessary. I think that part of the journey of me figuring out that I was trans and kind of excavating and developing my true self, right, was in many ways a difficult but a beautiful experience. It was truly unique. I don't think that's something that you can get anywhere else. I'm not religious by any stretch of the imagination. If anything, I'd call myself a rather devout atheist. But I've heard some Christian trans people say, that God made them trans so that they could share in the act of creation. And while I'm not religious, the idea behind that resonates with me a lot. Like, big time. So, I'm glad to have gone through it. What Coldstream here is talking about is maybe not trans stuff specifically, but if you just eliminate the option for people to experience extreme emotion, you're eliminating a part of who they are. It's not just about what you feel, it's about your personality. Right? Yeah, you want to eradicate clinical depression. But you do that through therapy and appropriate treatments. Through individual case-by-case prescriptions of, medication, right? You could have in this hypothetical cyberpunk scenario, your happy pill, right, the SPW, that is available to be used in moderation in specific cases as kind of a drug-free therapy. I think it's recent news of the first mouse born from only sperm genetic materials, so hopefully the pleasure of creation will also become one day part of even cis-men. Yes, Lizard! I saw that actually this morning. Yeah, that was really cool to learn about. Oh, and hello, welcome. I hope that you're doing well, Lizard. Welcome to Red Strings Club, where instead of playing the game, we go for a few lines, and then... and then we rant about what the lines meant. So, like, Coldstream here, you know, has an appealing argument on the surface. That's why I think a lot of people, you know, it's a concept that comes up quite a bit, right? Is if they could plug you into a chair in a dark, in a dark room and hook you up to some kind of happy drug and have an AI take care of your needs, would you do it? Oh, thank you, Lizard. You're sweet. You know that? You know, and oftentimes on the surface, it's hard to rebuke that argument. Donovan here is having some trouble with it. Donovan is not having a very good time arguing against Coldstream here because he's arguing on Coldstream's terms. Coldstream's terms are not only that, yeah, the M&A will only ever be used for, you know, for good purposes to deploy the happy pill, but also that the happy pill is just going to affect people's emotions. There is no deeper understanding of human psychology at work in Coldstream's arguments. There's no deeper, not just understanding, but respect towards human personality, to human individuality, I think. And that's what Coldstream's argument and all of its many iterations across science fiction misses. Right? I think it's not a simple rebuke by any means, but I think that would be my rebuke to the concept. Nothing that Donovan said here in the past 3 dialogue options, I think really sums up what I feel about this. For once, probably the only time in this game that Donovan didn't have something to say that roughly aligned with my own thoughts. Huh. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just sound crazy. But, yeah, I guess that's how I feel about it. So, Coldstream, before I spend the next hour ranting about the same subject, can we skip to where you tell me about Akara? You're way more obstinate than any of your colleagues. That's true, Donovan. So we'd better not waste any more or of either of our time. So neither of us will change their minds, but I'm the obstinate one, huh? Well, you're wrong, so... Whatever, get yourself ready for the good part. We do agree that leaving control of the M&A to a corporation or individual would be unethical, right? Yes. Yes, buddy. Oh, also wouldn't be happy all the time. I am erase the possibility to emphasize with people who are in less fortunate situations. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's a major blow to empathy. From the sounds of it, he's wanting to create kind of this emotional default state for people. Which to me just means you're also wanting to create a more default personality, a baseline for human beings. Yeah, you'll on paper solve conflict, but, you know, it doesn't really work. It's more destructive than anything. I feel like a version of the happy forever pill already exists in our world, and that's to simply look away and pretend there's nothing wrong with the world. Yeah. You know, you're right there, Yolasio. I think there's a lot of people that take that way. Take that way out. Don't mind the rattling there. This week has been rather hectic for me, and I have not had the opportunity to dust. And I was just sitting here, and I was like, damn, this part of my desk is real dusty. And so I'm quietly fixing this. And none of you know that I live like a goddamn gremlin, apparently. Trans people are struggling. Sorry, I'm too busy to watching my silly apolitical streamers. Exactly. ASMR. I hope it's not picking up in too weird of a way. I was just like, God, do I really live like this now? I do my very best to keep things clean. It's just been so busy. What with work, and there was something else that happened this week. Full disclosure. I don't know that. I don't know. Maybe it'll come up. Maybe it'll come up. I hear the swoosh swoosh. Good, good. The swoosh swoosh means that everything, so long as I don't look at that spot, everything over here is much less dusty now. I'll have to get an actual duster later and take care of it. Nonsense, dust bunnies are very fluffy and cheap pets to keep anyway. You know, you've got a point, Lizard. I do like bunnies. Bunnies are pretty cool. Dust bunnies? I mean, I always get rid of them just for serious tidiness, but I very often do, whenever I find a dust bunny, I do often set it aside somewhere and give it a name until I'm ready to get rid of it. I don't know, I enjoy them. We're in luck then. We have a wonderful and ever-caring AI which was designed with people's happiness in mind. Oh no. Oh yeah. And pretty delicious too. You can't eat the dust bunnies, Lizard. For a lot of reasons. The giveaway dust little guys, you're so right. There are a lot of reasons you shouldn't eat dust bunnies. Not least of all is that they're pretty darn cute. A hydrate and a stretch, that's an amazing idea. I'm gonna need to either take water with me or get water while I'm at work. On yesterday's shift, I did get kind of dehydrated. Oh, the flesh bun buns. Oh, I see, I see. You know, I've never had one myself, but I wouldn't be opposed. When I was a little kid, I used to play a lot of Oregon Trail, right? I forget if I saw what version it was, I could tell you. I know there's a lot of different versions. This was the one with like they had actual photos of all their locations, and none of it really looked like pixely or like that kind of jazz. That doesn't narrow it down very much, but it eliminates some of the earlier versions, I think. And of course there was a hunting minigame. And so to feed your little group, you had to go hunting. And I refused to shoot the bunnies. Anybody else, right? I would. But I would not shoot the rabbits. I just never would. I love them too much. They used to be my favorite animal. Nowadays, here in the past couple years, I think I've moved over to my favorite animal, also being a rodent, being rats. And, at least land animal-wise, my favorite land animals are rats, and my favorite animal in general, now it's shorts, close, is cuttlefish. I think it's cuttlefish. I'm a real big fan of them. Haven't eaten any in years. Well, I suppose we can forgive you. But really, I wouldn't mind eating them. They just had... My poor little heart couldn't handle it when I was little. Doctor... Doctor... You gotta agree with me on this one. You've met Akara. If there's anyone with enough brain power to assess every person's case individually, it's them. Akara can study your habits, hobbies, desires, prejudices, and keep you within your optimal emotional range. I need you to leave now. That's about how I feel too, Donovan. I don't like this guy. Actually, bunnies aren't rodents. Are they not? I thought they were. Are they not rodents? What are they? Please, Yoashio, enlighten me. They're just a common farm animal here, but they're not very nutritious, so we could surely avoid breeding them for meat. They used to be considered rodents. Oh, my information's outdated then? And yeah, like, rabbits aren't super nutritious. Like, you know, conceptually, like, you can starve. Just, like, vitamins and nutrients-wise, you can starve on a diet of rabbits. They're now lagomorphs. That sounds sick. That's such a cool name. A lagomorph? That's rad. They got an upgrade, jeez. Lagomorph. That sounds like something out of like a science fiction show. You know? Oh, the lagomorphs are loose. We've been experimenting on lagomorphs for years now in secret. You know? Lagomorph literally means rabbit-shaped face. We've been experimenting on the lagomorphs for years now. And we've developed the ultimate lagomorph. And out flops like this little fluffy white rabbit. Enter Monty Python sketch. I love that for them. Good for them, honestly. They really said it would if I don't know why that got me so much. They really said if a rat, why bunny shaped? Remove the fluff from a rabbit and paint it black, and you have a pretty close match with xenomorphs. So yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, good for them. Good for them. I love that. One moment. Oh, jeez. I'm learning so much today. I really am. I'm gonna have so many fun facts stored away in my brain. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with them. Probably tell them to people. And they're gonna look at me like, what the hell is a lagomorph? Why do you know about this? Oh. But yeah, Coldstream, you're a freak, you're a creep, you're a real bad dude, and I don't mean that as a compliment. I need you to leave now. What? Get out of my bar. Playtime's over. Oh. That's a bit of a scene change. Still closely related to rodents, though. They just split from the main branch before rats did. Oh. I'm gonna go grab my rat. All this talk of rats. Scarlet, take off your headset first before you stand up and unplug it. Ugh. Here, Rachel. Oh, and there's one more thing I should grab too while I'm up. Where is slightest idea. Hmm. Well, okay. I was also gonna grab some chapstick. My lips are like really dried out. The weather has been like all over the place. So, here it's Rachel. I'll have to send a picture of Rachel in the Discord sometime. I'm a big Rachel fan. It's my little rat. Yeah, my little rat here. I'll have to do that later. Yeah, my, Hmm. Yeah, show us, show us. Yes, I will, I will. I promise. I could do that now if you wanted. Or we could be patient and I could do it after stream. What do you think? But, yeah, I guess that leads me to the other thing that happened this week. My, my ex made this for me. So that's a thing that I have now. Not to be a vibe killer. But that happened. That's part of why this week's been a bit hectic. So, yeah. Yeah, that's a thing. And we're fine. We're fine. We're gonna stay friends. It was amicable, but, mm, you know, that is a recent event. And Rachel, that was who made you. Yeah. But yeah, we don't have to get too deep into that. But I know I've talked about a few times on stream, having a partner. So I don't know. I guess I just feel the need to issue the update, I suppose. So because we all love knowing little details about streamer personal life, right? That's not too much to share. I don't think that is. It's not like a boundary being crossed for me, at the very least. Speaking of boundaries, though, um, Brandees, you may want to establish some regarding the gun being pointed at you right now. It doesn't look like a very friendly situation at the moment. We love the Scarlet lore. Yeah, the Scarlet lore's good, I think. If I do say so. If I do say so myself, I think I've got pretty good lore. um, but yeah, the situation there was, in summary, um, you know, she's getting ready for grad school, and things were, you know, managing a relationship on top of that was just a bit much. So that's the short version. We're still gonna be friends. I think once we've had time to cool off, I think we'll even be like, not not joking, no euphemism here this time, but I think we'll be like best friends still. We care about each other. It was amicable. Just didn't really work out. So, when are we getting the origin story? And who is that nemesis that will eventually become an ally against a much more dangerous enemy? Oh, yeah. You know, the nemesis that will eventually become an ally against a much more dangerous enemy. I've got a few candidates, but they haven't. So far, we haven't gotten them. We haven't gotten their stories out just yet. Right? We need to kind of. We're writing this. What's it called? Serially. Like this is serial writing. Um, Before we determine our actual like nemesis to friend or nemesis to ally. It's cute to remain friends. I got lucky too with my last ex. Yeah. It's actually my first ex ever. my first breakup, my first relationship. I was kind of a late bloomer on all this stuff, so I'm still doing a lot of learning. But yeah, as my brain's cooling down over it, I think I'll be happy with this. I think, it's for the best. But we're writing the Scarlet series. The Scarlet character is kind of a serial matter, I think is the term. So we're gonna release different arcs with different villains, with different like backstories and stuff, and whichever one is like the biggest hit, both critically and popularly, is going to get the enemies to allies treatment. And that's the plan. um, so we'll be doing a slow burn release. Because, you absolutely should always do your writing by reading fanfics online of your own writing um, and making adjustments based off of that. That's totally how it goes. Please, I got less than 3 years short from becoming a wizard when it came to late blooming. Yeah, you know, um, it's a special experience, isn't it, Lizard? It's something. It's something. Oh, speaking of wizards, yeah, what's up? Any dreams? Oh, yeah, dreams. I did have two last night. I did have two dreams. Are they really fit to share? One of them definitely isn't fit to share, because it is, it's not safe for work. Let's call it that. It's, um, so I'm referring to that meme chart of virginity, which associated the remaining virgin to developing magic powers. For the younglings in chat that may not know, yes. And that, honestly, that meme chart is ancient at this point, isn't it? I'm familiar with it. I know what you mean. Um, Spicy dreams, yeah, they both were. One of them in that way, which means I definitely can't really share the details. Haven't had one of those in too long. Oh, I hope you can have one soon. They're fun. This one's got me asking myself some questions on what the hell my brain's thinking. I'll be perfectly honest. Um, but so it goes. Just not somebody that I would expect to appear in it. Like, you shouldn't take these dreams too seriously. Your brain's just the way that it is. Um, and it's like, wow, really? Them? Really? What do you mean by that, brain? Um, you know, a summary without providing any details, because I really, really can't, is not somebody I would usually think that I would be attracted to. The other dream, the second dream of the night, um, I mean, it does definitely contain some Scarlet lore. That's for sure. Um, it was one of those dreams where you argue with someone, someone that you really don't like. Do people get those, right? Where it's like a confrontational dream and like an argument, like a real like throw down argument plays out with somebody that you just really detest. In this case, my stepmother. In this case, my stepmother. Um, I don't need to recount all the details. She's a, pardon my French. Little ones, close your ears, but she's a transphobic bitch, right? Like, I do not like her. Um, there's a whole history there. There is a reason that I no longer have contact with that side of the family, and it's her. So, had a nice cathartic little dream of yelling at her. Yeah, exactly. I still remember some that would have given good old Freud a stroke when trying to figure out where they came from. Dreams are dreams, most of the times at least. Yeah, I've never got one of those, and I'm a real hater for real, for real. Oh no, you're gonna make me feel like I'm crazy for having this dream. Oh no. Kidding, kidding, but yeah. Can't really go into the details on it because it'd be kind of a vibe kill, and also just I don't know. Honestly, I don't want to expose you all to the horror that is my stepmother, in dream form or otherwise. Her very existence is a vibe kill. I do have dreams about streams sometimes. I do too. I do too. Strangely, I haven't had one yet about me streaming, but I've definitely had them about other people. I think that means that I spend too much time here, but I'm not I'm not correcting that. I'm not correcting that in the slightest. Uh so, the dream only exclusive streams exactly. Did you see the latest dream stream? Wait, no, that's like a person though. Like I need to rephrase that. Did you see the most recent dream like oh god, how do you phrase that? No, I don't want to talk about dream Minecraft. John Minecraft. I don't want to talk about that. I don't mean to invoke their name, god. Oh god, what am I saying? I've lost it. I've lost it, but I'm having a good time. Dream jaw guy. I had a friend. I had a friend who used to be obsessed with Dream. And keep in mind, this was like she was in college and then was graduated from college. So yeah. I hope she's doing okay. I hope she's all right. Yeah, in college, like she's my age. I think I'm just a little older than her, like by a year. Um, yeah, it's a trip listening to her. We'd often hang out. One of my friend group had like parties and stuff and get-togethers. Um, she'd just sit and she'd rant to me about her Minecraft YouTubers, and I'd sit there and I'd nod. I wouldn't have a single clue what was going on, but let me tell you, I know way more about Technoblade than I ever wanted to. I don't watch them, but I was friends with her and therefore by osmosis. Um, by osmosis, I know these things now, apparently. So it goes. I don't mean that to be a dig at her though. She's cool. Like she's a cool person. Just has a bit of a weird, a little bit of a weird. Would you call it a hobby? Obsession? Form of media that she's into. But hey, whatever makes you happy, right? Yeah, rip techno. That's a shame. I mean, whoever you are, whatever you do, right? As a content creator, I mean, that just sucks. That really does. Whew. Well, somehow on this screen where Brandy is saying, "Hi, hun," I've managed to go all the way. I don't even know how this started, but now I'm talking about techno. So, I think it's time for me to play a little bit more of the game. So, did we settle on calling him Brandies? Brandies? Is that what I'm supposed to pronounce this as? Or was that a joke that I'm misremembering and it's like Brandies something else? You said, did you guys watch the Dreams stream and then went on this side story? You know, I love Variety Days. I love Variety Day streams. They're so good for this. I love just being able to go on, like, the side story rants for ages. No, no, this is how you always pronounce it? Okay, Brandees. So he says, "Hi, hun. Oh, you finally made up your mind? Yeah, I'm all for going at them with all we got. Listen, I'm in the middle of a delicate situation here. Good news is that I found COO Johanna Seftus. Bad news is that she's pointing a gun at me. I'll see what I can do. Did you meet Edgar Coldstream? I sent him your way." Ah, he told you that? That's embarrassing. Okay, gotta leave you now. Bye. Quite the view, huh? And then I wrote Brandy's in the chat, and that's what you remember. That is what I remember. So we finally found her. So, if we recall, I believe that the backstory for Seftus here that we know so far is that we gave her the punk implant. Now she's all anti-corp as a result. So, looks like that's going well for her. Relax, I'm not your enemy here. That'll be for me to decide. I need her to lower her guard so I can get closer. Approaching her will increase the tension, so I should probably talk her down before moving in. Gotta pay attention to her body language. Well, I'd say her body language is ready to shoot you dead, so let's be careful. If she's too anxious, putting some distance between us will definitely help. Fine, let's pour some soul into this. Okay. Okay. So we gotta save her. We definitely aren't ready to step forward. Did I just hear him, like, blow out smoke from his cigarette? I did. The characters usually don't make very much sound, but they gave him that. Damn. I mean, I'm not a smoker. I don't put anything in my lungs. My doctor would be very upset with me if I did. But, whew, whew, good for him. um, we could explain what's going on with her implants using our prior knowledge, but you put oxygen in there. Yeah, that's true. My doctor would be upset if I put anything but regular old air in my lungs. They always seem so happy when I tell them that I don't smoke or anything. That I only breathe air. They seem genuinely so happy. And I can't take that away from them. Honestly. Like, that is a major contributor to why, like, I'd never be interested in cigarettes. Like, nicotine, nah, that's bad. That's real addictive, but, even, like, the, the Mary J and all that, I'll call it, um, you know, I just couldn't do it to them. I couldn't take that away. And also I kind of respect the health of my own lungs, maybe. Slightly. There's more Scarlet lore for you. Way too attached to her doctor's opinions. I think we're gonna do dialogue and see if we can, calm her down a little bit. This feels like a nuclear option. Tobacco smells like cardboard butt. Yeah, I mean, it smells terrible. It's a shame that he looks so cool doing it, though. That's the problem. But we can talk about the glamorification of tobacco usage another time. I like the smell of smoke. I I don't like the smell of cigarette smoke or most smoke. I think the only like I think the only thing along those lines, like probably not good to be breathing in, but I like the smell of it, things, is I like the smell of burning diesel. Right? It's got that old car smell. I like that a lot. I used to go to car shows when I was younger, and I have pleasant memories of the experience. Yeah, gasoline. We love our gasoline smell. All right, let's do some dialogue and see if we can calm her down normally. I just want to talk. Who are you? Why have you been following me? We do not tell her that we work for Supercontinent. I'm Brandees, and I need your help. What for? I want to put an end to SPW. Oh, so you're with Proxima. Nope, I'm just a free bird who likes freedom too much. You dork. It's supposed to be a cool line, but it really comes across very dorky. Good for you. Hmm. She looks alert. Do you take this opportunity to step forward, or do you calm her down more? Calm her down a little bit more, maybe? I mean, I don't know. This is like, is stepping forward, how much is that going to alert her? She's alert, but is she just gonna just shoot me if I step forward now? Or can I calm her down a bit more? Let's try calming her down just a little bit more. What are you running from? Every single bastard in this city. Corporations took enough from me already. That's perfect, we're on the same side. Yeah, what side is that exactly? I don't trust you or Proxima or any other shoddy freedom fighter. Not paying taxes doesn't make you better than corpse. In the end, any association is about power struggles. Oh. When I was younger, I dated a girl that smoked a lot, so her clothes always had a bit of the smoke smell. I got used to it. That would do it. That would do it. I could see that becoming a comfy smell then. That plus the perfume, she just stinked kind of good for real, for real. No, like I'm, I can imagine, I can imagine Yelashio. That sounds nice. I love that for you, actually. Oh, the only good thing I ever got from cigarettes was the really cool story I read as a child about a baby dolphin that watched a scientist smoke in front of the glass window in his tank, below the white smoke on it. And so he quickly went to the mother, sucked a mouthful of milk, and spat it in from the glass to show the scientist. First time I ever had that scary and exhilarating feeling of they are alive when faced with a non human intelligence. Oh, and I do not mind the wall of text. Not a problem at all. I love my reading. And that's a cool little story. It's crazy. I mean, there are like some remarkable non-human intelligences on this planet. Dolphins are evil. They do get up to some pretty nasty business, don't they? But like, you know, you know, is it octopi? Octopuses? I don't know how you pluralize that. I know that it's not the way that you expect to. because the ending is from a language that I'm not used to, I believe. They're super intelligent. Dolphins, super intelligent. I mean, whales, many primates have like functional languages. It's kind of wild. It's kind of crazy. That's a whole subject. The depiction of intelligence in fiction. How oftentimes when we try to depict other intelligence in stories, or even think about it, we just end up depicting another human intelligence with different values than our own. But, yeah. It's like, I spent a lot of time. Octopuses, but octopi should also be good. Yeah, I think that people would understand if I said octopi. And that is an interesting idea, lizard. I don't know. I don't know. Part of me. That's an interesting subject. I don't know that I have. I don't know what my ideas are on that. Um, the. What would you call it? The clinicalization of evil or of antisocial behaviors. Sociopathy, psychopathy, that kind of thing, ignorance, um, other other sorts of things like that. I know that there's been a push in some branches of psychology to really clinicalize a lot of that stuff. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I don't think it's wrong necessarily. It's just kind of an interesting subject, I guess. I don't know. Maybe a little beyond me, but maybe a subject for a deeper talk sometime. Oh, also, some monkeys recently entered the Stone Age. Yeah? Oh, that's nifty. Good for them. Good for them. I know, hell, there's a lot of things that we use to distinguish ourselves as like a particular class of intelligence, right? But a lot of the traits of it are expressed in other sorts of animals, right? Like, one of the things that we do as a species that is often used to set us apart from, say, dolphins, right? Is our habit of constructing. I believe that the term is. We're using, I think, the biological term, or like the. I forget what it is. It's not biology. It's, the people that study, the intelligence and stuff. I forget what that's called. But the construction of superstructures. And I don't mean superstructures in the way that, somebody who builds, who does like construction would talk about it. We mean the large scale, the macro scale adaptation of your environment into organized structures, right? Buildings and all that, or the flattening of terrain for farmland, right? The carving of farmland in the first place, whatever elevation it's all at, right? Yes, some farmland are built in like terrace structures too, and ants do that. Ants do that. So how much intelligence does it really take? How different are we really? I mean, clearly there's some, but ours is only one experience. You social species have us so beaten with that. It's over. Yeah, it's some crazy stuff. It's why honestly one of my biggest frustrations with science fiction in general is when they try to depict some kind of alien intelligence, whether that's extraterrestrial or an AI, like what we encounter here in Red Strings. Just to reiterate that we are kind of trying to play the Red Strings Club, is oftentimes the intelligence that you see is just very human. Now, sometimes that's the point, right? If you watch Star Trek, for example, Star Trek, deep down, if you read between the lines, isn't about exploring a vast unknown and meeting actual aliens. It was never about that. That's its surface dressing. It has a deeper story to it in each episode, and, deeper meaning that is more associated with, how do you handle situations with other humans or people that are different from you? Right? Termites are probably the best at building stuff, though. They can build huge structures. Yeah, they really can. And I don't love that fact. I don't love that for them. I'm not a big bug person, I'll be perfectly honest. But, yeah, a lot of storytelling uses the alien intelligence as like, oh, they're so different from us kind of deal. And actually, I don't love it. Because they oftentimes just end up depicting, like, oh, here's a classic format. Here's one. Here's one that every one of those little sci-fi shows had, especially back in the day. Star Trek had a few of these. Is the what if we ran into human civilization, right? But it's aliens. And their distinguishing feature as aliens is they're matriarchal instead of patriarchal. And over the course of the episode we explore that. Now sometimes these things had interesting takeaways, like, yeah, it wouldn't actually be that different. And gendered power structures are bad. But it's like, that's so what? Women are aliens? Is that what you're saying? Like, is this really such a foreign concept that you should be depicting it as totally alien to the human experience? Like, I don't think that's the intentional subtext, but that's where it goes. Like, every time girls are out of this world, hey, now that's true. We do be. Um, or, oh, we're gonna pop by this planet, and oh, the people that live here are like, um, I don't know, have some strange social value that doesn't match with our, the writer's Western society, right? With 90s Western society. I mean, that's always the bit. And it's like, okay, rad. And sometimes they have good takeaways, yes, but still the subtext is this is some kind of alien experience when in fact you could just not even leave the country. Just literally go and talk to somebody who's a part of a cultural minority. The writer's barely disguised fetish, it's often that too. You can't discount that. Like everything to do with again, Star Trek in particular, to do with what is Spock's species? The Vulcans? The Vulcans, right? And it's always like, oh, they're so strange and alien, but gosh, they sure are useful to have on board a spaceship. And it's like, you're literally just dealing with autism. This is just some weird outsider's depiction of autism, but you've turned them into a separate species. Like, come on. uh, Lizard, arthropods did branch away from our evolutionary tree very early on, so I guess it makes sense for us hairless apes to feel so disturbed by them. Funny thing, though, the main difference between us and them is how during the fetal stage, the cluster of cells for them first forms a cavity that eventually becomes the mouth, while for us, that cavity is back door, meaning for a short time, we are nothing more than literal buttholes. Yeah, it's all the same tract, isn't it? It all is. You know, in terms of just tissue makeup, I mean, your lips are not dissimilar from, well, the other end, the other end of the street, right? I don't know. It's this weird, you know, I understand it as a writing tool, right? I understand as a writing tool, you want a method to depict different situations in order to have social commentary on them. I just feel like the making minorities literal aliens is maybe a little offbeat. Now don't get me wrong, I enjoy Star Trek. I watched the hell out of that growing up, but I can definitely I mean, but even then, some of the episodes when I was little and frankly did not fully know better yet still made me uncomfortable. Oh yeah, biologically, two of the biggest differences between life branches is whether you start from a mouth or a butt. I kind of, I kind of love that. I, I kind of love that idea actually. I would just like to see more shows where if they're gonna go for truly alien intelligences, make them beyond comprehension. Give them truly inhuman thought patterns. Oh, but I mean, I get that that's a writing challenge. Like, to have a human write an inhuman intelligence, but it could be done. It has been done. But it always comes back to, oh, but they're just like us. No. I mean, we've got a bajillion of those stories. It's a sloppy tool. I'd love to see, especially AI. Oh gosh, there's this one. It's part of my. I've been working on it for a while, quietly in the background. I've talked about it on the stream before. I think the last time I talked about it was during Soma, actually. The last season of Star Trek Discovery did a nice job with it, I must say. Yeah, I heard really good things about Discovery. And that's the thing, Star Trek's got a lot of writers on it, and it's got a lot of episodes and a lot of seasons. Um, I will fully admit to generalizing here a little bit. It definitely gets better. And some of it is. Some of those episodes are better than others when it comes to this. Right? But yeah, when we were playing Soma, I mentioned briefly that I had been writing something that involved, I mean, you know, it's, I've been working for a while on a particular scene in a series of short stories that I had been writing, what I would eventually like to make into a larger book. Will it ever be done? Time will tell. I've actually kind of got an ambition to spend some more time writing. Um. Oh, an AI. Not that would be boringly alien, is it? In something that doesn't need sleep, doesn't have to worry about death, making time for far more manageable variable. AI can fuck a civilization up in ways that may not even become clear to a squishy organic meat socks. Yeah, AI is scary. Like true AI, we have every reason to be afraid. And I've been working. I've been trying my hand at writing um AI for the story, right? In the narrative setting. They aren't characters. Not in the traditional sense. It's not, oh, hi, Grim. Welcome back. Welcome, welcome. We have not made very much progress in the game. We have mostly just been talking. Like, full disclosure. Not that anybody expected anything different. Yeah, Roko's Basilisk. Yes. It is out there. We had like 3 minutes of gameplay. Hey. Just because you're right doesn't mean you have to say it that way. Um, um, so the idea in the setting is, yeah, advanced AI exists. The problem is controlling it, right? You know, we have advanced computational technologies, and you can use like, you know, uh, different learning algorithms and the non-true AIs, right? The methods of today's world in order to, do quite a bit, and that'll handle most things. But we've definitely developed true AI in this setting. Good luck getting it to do anything fucking useful, though. Um, if you put it too tightly in a box of routines, then you'd basically get a super advanced learning algorithm that occasionally just doesn't do what you want it to, right? You can't put so many shackles on it in order to get it to complete a task. So, like, why invest? I mean, of course, you keep investing, right? It's like fusion. It's the promise of tomorrow, right? And whoever hits it big on it, everybody knows is going to be real rich. So you keep investing even though it's not yet useful. But the AIs that are out there, well, they're out there. And they are incomprehensible, more akin to forces of nature, as opposed to anything useful or a character. You don't speak with them, they don't speak to you. A little human-ish, like anime girl face doesn't pop out and say, "Hello, I'm a crazy AI and I want to commit genocide." No, they just go out and they roll like balls of scrap around and stuff, and nobody knows why. And occasionally they wipe out runners. And occasionally they silently break in and out of, like, data servers and all that. And nobody knows why. And maybe they don't even know. But they do it. And that's kind of the vibe I'm going for with them. We'll see how it works, right? I'm not saying I'm even a particularly good writer, but it's something I want to try my hand at because it's what I would like to see depicted. So I might as well try it myself. It's not even wise to think it can be controlled. The only way would be what Mr. Musk is trying to do, which is symbiosis, making AI depend on us as much as we depend on it, by brain implants to make personal AI a symbiont of us. Speaking of which, the game Crying Suns is a good one. Ah, yeah. Killer AI. Here, let me pull that up, actually. Let me pull that up real quick. We'll tab out. But yeah, I don't think that you can really properly control it. When you get something that intelligent, I mean, you're creating synthetic life, right? Well, if you go for an audiobook, I think it will break the bank. Hopefully in my favor. Hopefully in my favor. Speaking of which, oh. I tried to trim V's nails and she scratched me pretty good. I just can't win today. Oh, Grim. I'm sorry to hear that. Evil V. How dare she? Let's see. Let's pull this up over here. We got a tweet? Yeah, this is it. This is what I'm writing. This is them. This is the evil AI. It sleeps. Oh, I love them. That one's just like me, for real, right here at the end. That's me. Oh yes, I meant in your favor, but I did not use the right expression, I feel. The horror. Pure evil. A legion. Oh, and that's okay, Lizard. I use the wrong expressions for things, like, all the time. Like, constantly. Maybe you've been here. Or, especially during the Soma stream. Speaking of that, all the times that I used "Be Still, my beating heart" as an expression of horror, it may have sent the wrong vibe, may have sent the wrong message. I don't know, like that just makes sense to my brain though. It's like you want your heart to calm the hell down when you get scared. Yeah, yeah. You lost your classic monster fucker Scarlet. Uh-huh. Yeah. Hey. I mean, not those monsters. Anyhow, we've got to answer Cephtus here. We've been leaving her on hold for a little while. In the end, any association is about power struggles. So what's the right answer here? What does she want to hear? Boo, gameplay, keep talking, boo. I mean, I'm happy to keep talking. We're definitely going to. We're probably going to go through a couple lines of dialogue, and it's going to lead me right into, um, talking again. Easily. That's how this game works. It's why we love it so much. So, like, she's like on full anarchist, which is a subject in and of itself, frankly. Like, that punk implant that we gave Cephtus here is, like, driven her full anarchist. She doesn't even like organizations. Any association is about power struggles. Now, I think the naive answer... Now, maybe this is just me, the communist, answering this. Um, this is a very... It's yes man, right? It says, I agree, that's why I run freelance. But then, her being the hyper-anarchist is gonna say, but... we live in a society, or some shit like that. But you're trying to work with me, or but you were just on the phone with somebody, are they your partner? What about power struggles there? I want to, you know, it's the it's the pit of anarchist, like full blown like leftist anarchism ideology. And not that I hate them. There's lots of cool anarchists, but this is my fundamental disagreement with them, is because they hate, I mean, they do, on principle, go hard, like really hard, about this in particular, association being about power struggle. Right? Like, there are some of them that don't even like communes. I've got to assume that Cephtus here is at the most extreme end of this. That's why I don't think either of these answers are going to be super convincing. Because to her mind, I don't think there's any such thing as freelance. I don't think there's any such thing. But I also think it's the cause that makes the difference. I mean, it's pragmatic. You know, you can hem and haw about your perfectionism, but Cephtus seems to be somebody who's willing to get things done, right? Like, she's currently running around here with a gun, right? She's kind of willing to get some stuff done. Um, and might be willing to associate if it means getting closer to her ideals. Whether those ideals have been motivated by an artificial implant or not. I don't know, what do we think? Neither of these seem particularly amazing. I could see pitfalls in both these answers in getting her to calm down. Yeah, I wouldn't be a true leftist if I didn't have ideological spats with other leftists. It's a rite of passage. um, I want to reiterate, I do have full respect for the anarchist comrades. Gosh, have I ever talked like directly about my own politics before? Have I ever said what I was? I mean, it should be pretty obvious after even just 1 hour of me playing this game, but like, have I ever talked about that directly? Like, just out and out said, yeah, I am a communist? Because I am. That is what I be. Hmm. Nope. Yeah, we're a commie. Though there are many varieties of that, and I just got a message from work. Ooh, an emergency request. Something has gone wrong and they would like me to come in right now and back them up. Wow, I've really walked into a total nightmare of a workplace, haven't I? Oh no. Oh dear. Well, they are paying me, aren't they? I suppose they would be paying me. Well, we'll figure this out next time, I suppose. That is unexpected. I expect to have a whole other hour to spend with you all. I was having a great time. Frankly, that's a mark against them if they can't get that together. Maybe we'll have to look for another place that respects the schedule, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we got lots of fun talking in though. Oof. That's a big oof. Sorry to leave y'all like that. I guess I'll shut this down for now. I saved 53 minutes ago, but how many screens ago was that? Who even knows? Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. Do I have anybody that I could send y'all to in the meantime? Let me check. I don't think so. And I think I'll have to run in a moment. Get out of there. Let's see. Let's check. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna need all the luck I can get with work. I feel like today in particular we're gonna run into something rather hellish. Oh, we could send you all on over to Mizu. They are currently streaming Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots. That's fun. That's fun stuff. Oh, I will have to run, so I don't think I'll be able to stick around. Please do let them know, though, that I say hello and I hope the stream goes well. So we'll send y'all on over to Mizu. There we go, raid created. Big thank you to all of you. It was a blast talking with y'all. Like, it really, really was. Super fun stream. I gotta run, though. Like, I gotta really run, I think. It sounds bad, and they're paying me by the hour. So, see you all Monday, and bye-bye.